Hey, what's up everybody? The next set of reviews that I want to do is the NECA Gears of War 3 Series 2 figures. There's 3 of them. I want to start off with Damon Baird. I don't know why, this is just the first one I picked up. They stand at 7 and 1/8 inches tall. Pretty good size. Pretty bulky figures. Nice versions of the in-game models. They're super articulated, but you can't really get a whole lot of use out of some of the articulation, so I'll explain that as we go. Start off by saying he comes with the retro Lancer, holds it really well. The gun hand's perfect for the gun, trigger finger and everything's really nice. The Lancer's done really well. I don't know if it's supposed to have black on there, but either way, it's painted well, sculpted well, really no complaints. Great looking piece. It does have the peg hole right there for the weapons peg, which is already in his back. Take that out so I don't lose it. And like I said, it's just a really nice gun. So that's good. I'll leave the arm off because that's a point I don't want to forget. Alright, let's talk about the paintwork and the sculpt work. Paints are great on this figure, which is common for NECA. I mean, the paintwork is absolutely phenomenal. They look like they came right out of the game. Everything is highly detailed. Really no complaints at all about the paint. Really, really nice work. Same thing with the sculpts. You can kind of see that as I'm going through the paint. Just looks really, really nice. The articulation is hidden well. It's just everything that could be done in terms of paint and sculpt is done. I really don't have any complaints about that at all. They even went so far as to make his tools removable. He has a Phillips head screwdriver. Hopefully we can focus. It actually looks like a screwdriver. It's sculpted and everything. The flathead screwdriver, same deal. And then this big wrench, which you have to pull out the wrong way because it doesn't fit the other way and it's really tight. But it even comes with the big wrench. So really cool. The pouches on there. Be careful. I guess you could tear them, especially the wrench one. So be gentle with that part. But still, so he comes with those 3 extra accessories. And the paint and everything, like I said, is just phenomenal. Let's move on to the articulation. The head is on a ball joint, so you can get some extra movement out of it side to side. Full range of rotation. Front and back is pretty limited, but not too much. I'm not sure he's supposed to have that little hair. I think he's supposed to have maybe a little bit more hair than that, but it's not something to really worry about. Shoulder articulation, he has that lateral movement, so that's a nice touch. Probably easier to just show you on here. So it has the lateral movement like that, side to side. Standard ball joint in there, so full range of motion. And then this peg, the arm can rotate like this around the peg. Only if you'll notice, just like on Marcus, and I think this part's probably just a copy off of Marcus's, it pops off really easily, and it doesn't really give you that much mobility. Because it rotates this way, it just doesn't give you anything. So if you swing the arm forward and then spin it, it still doesn't give you much. It would have been nicer if they didn't try to hide it with the shoulder, because I mean it looks great. You can't see the articulation in there because of this cupped shoulder piece that goes over, but it also kind of just makes the joint useless. You can't swing the arm around enough for him to hold a gun with 2 hands. So unless you just want him to hold it in front of him like that, which is okay, but it's not nearly... Come on, cat. Cat's trying to climb the wall. But see, it's not nearly accurate for how he would be holding it to shoot, and that's a common problem for these figures. None of them can really hold the gun accurately at all, so that's a big issue due to the arms. And while we're on the arms, the elbows, they're double jointed elbows, but you still just get just short of 90 degrees, so that's pretty... Stop it, stop jumping. So it's just not good. Double jointed elbows, you would expect at least 90 degrees, and you don't even have that. So it really does hinder the mobility for holding the guns. And then the wrist, it rotates here and has the hinge. So a good range of motion is the same on both sides for the wrist. And it's nice that they hid the joints very well I mean, even the double joint looks good, but it's very limited, so it's kind of a bummer. It does have an ab crunch type of piece there. It rotates. Great range of motion. It hinges up top and then it rotates here. My cat just jumped up to the ceiling. Okay, I'll get him down in a second. So it rotates here and hinges there. It's pretty limited. The rotation's nice, and you can't see any of it, so it's still pretty good. Alright, standard NECA hips, kind of like DC Universe. They swivel like that. They swing out like that, and then the thigh rotates around. So full range of motion. It's kind of stiff on that one. So full range of motion. Fairly well hidden. The knees, it's kind of a strange knee joint. It spins in the shin, the top of the shin, and then it just hinges. And it has this cutout here. It's not actually a ball joint in there. It's just cut out for the boot to tuck in. That's about as much mobility as you're going to get, about 45 degrees there. So it's not the best, but it's enough to give them like a walking pose or something like that. As for the feet, you can see in there, it's kind of a ball joint, kind of not. It's really kind of a strange joint. So the foot swings forward and backward really well. This doesn't swing nearly as well because it doesn't move. I don't care for that. It would have been nice if this was maybe sculpted onto the boot or something, because you end up with a big gap. But then because of the way it is, you can get a nice ankle rocker out of it. It's pretty stiff on this one. These are brand new out of the package, so it's still kind of stiff, but it does have that. And it has a toe joint in there. Hopefully you can see all that. But so all the articulation's there, but it's pretty limited due to the sculpt and just the bulkiness. But it is there, so it's nice that they included it. Way better than the original Gears figures. And even if you're just going to stand them there, these are absolutely great looking figures. The great detail, very game accurate, and they come with nice accessories. So there it is. There's Damon Baird. I'll show you the other two in the next videos. Hope this was informative, guys. Stay tuned for the rest of the other videos, and in the meantime, keep collecting.